Welcome to Tutor Maxing. Today we are going to look at how to set up a virtual machine. So I'm going to use a virtual machine in my lectures. So let's go with a basic setup. Uh, Two things you're going to use, two hypervisors you're going to use to set up a virtual machine is either a VMware workstation or VirtualBox. So you can use both of them. I normally prefer using a VMware workstation. It's up to you what you want to use, but the setup is more or less the same. So let's start with something. Alright, so we're going to select a new virtual machine. It's going to give us a wizard, but let's go with the recommended version. Right now you have to select an ISO file. So when you're setting up a virtual machine, you need an ISO file to an image basically on what you want the virtual machine to be like. So I'm going to give it a Ubuntu image file. I also have Fedora, but we're going to use Ubuntu. It's better for a beginner. So all you have to do is click on here. I'm going to select basic things and select location for where you're going to store the virtual machine. I say just go with the default version. So we're going to do next. Virtual machine hard disk, just keep it as it is. 20 GB is more than enough, and the defaults are fine. Alright, so let's customize the hardware a bit. Now you can go for the maximum recommended version or the recommended version. That's both are fine, but just keep it above the minimum. The minimum will uh, it's not really useful. It's too little. Number of processors, the more you give it, the more performance you get. Normally you can set it to a higher version, it doesn't really matter. This is important. So normally when you make a virtual machine, it's set to uh, NAT, network connection that is. Uh, in NAT, it just shares your uh, virtual machine's connection to your desktop. Both of them are connected, and if you want to use a browser in your virtual machine, you need to set up a bridged version. So in a bridged version, your VM gets a separate connection to your network. It doesn't go through your desktop. So if you want to use internet directly, you'll need a bridged version, but normally that works fine. Hmm, okay, let's see what more can we look at. I think that's more than enough for this. Let's finish this. Then alright, it's going to set up a virtual machine. It's going to go through the installation. You can just give it the default uh, options that it already has set up. Most of them will be like that. That's all of it works fine. The default is more than enough for programming fundamentals or anything you want to do. So I'm going to stop this here because I just wanted to show this. Let's remove this. This is not. I want to delete it. Oh yeah. Uh, no, it's better to have a shared folder between your VM and your uh, base operating system. So if you turn this on, you'll need to add a folder here. Let's say this. So what's going to happen is this folder will be shared with your Windows. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to say you assume you have Windows as well. And it's going to share this folder between the Windows operating system and the virtual machines operating system. So you can share files between it like that. Let's cancel this. Snapshots are pretty important. So let's say you have a working virtual machine setup right now, and you're going to download a risky thing in it that you think will break the virtual machine. So it's better to have a snapshot of your virtual machine at that point. So it's like this, you just take a snapshot, saves it, and if things go wrong afterwards, you can just revert back to the snapshot you already have taken. Uh, Other than that, what do you need? It's pretty important to have drag and drop enabled and copy and paste, although it doesn't work in the virtual machine I have, but it's important to have this. It gives you a lot of flexibility. I'm going to delete this from my disk. I don't really need that one. So let's go back to our VM that we have been using. So right now I'm going to teach you how to set up an SSH connection with your virtual machine and your base operating system. So the reason you'll need an SSH version is because let's say you want to use your browser on your Windows and you want to use VS Code as well, for example. So you know what, let's just go with this CMD. Close this. So let's assume you want to share, copy paste things from your browser to your command line, but the virtual machine copy and paste isn't really working. Well, it's not working in my case, so I have this workaround for it. What you need to do is you need to know the IP of your virtual machine. It's going to be something like this 192.168. So the 172 ones are for different purpose. 192 is your private network IP, and you're going to set up an SSH connection based on this IP. To set up the SSH, you'll need to do sudo apt install OpenSSH minus server. I'm going to give it my not bad. So I already have it set up, so ctl start open SSH. Once you run this command, it's going to just one moment. Oh, so we're going to run these two commands to enable the SSH server. Systemctl enable SSH. It enables the SSH service on your virtual machine, and this command will start it. So when you run these two, the SSH server will be set up on your virtual machine. Afterwards, you'll need to do something like this: SSH mom, which is my username on my virtual machine. So it's mom at 192.168.75.159, and this is the IP of my virtual machine. It's going to ask for my password, and once you do it, now we're at the virtual machines command. How can you verify that you're there? Who am I? Mom. Uh, ls cd desktop ls. So here we have our files that we were working with last time. Test.cpp, uh, the executable t file, and a.out, main.py as well. So that's the basic setup of your virtual machine. I hope it was pretty clear. I know it was pretty clear, so you better follow it as it is. Well, that's it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one then.